Hey, Treasure fans, your pal Big D and Cobb back here again with another weekend news announcement. And this is for Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. Those of you new to my videos, I do this every week where I talk about what's coming out new on Blu-ray and DVD and 4K this week and next week. Plus I talk about what's coming out, anything new announced. So this week's a pretty big week. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming out. We first have 300 4K coming out this week. There is a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook with that one. We also have Shutter Island 4K coming out this week. Kino Lorber is putting out Secret of My Success and The Hard Way. So that's like a double feature of Michael J. Fox. Separate discs, but you got two different movies coming out with Michael J. Fox. Star Trek Picard Season 1 comes out on DVD and Blu-ray this week.
Really?
There is a special edition Steelbook, which should be to my house tomorrow. We also have Drop Dead Gorgeous coming out this week. We also have Battlefield Earth, which I'm extremely excited about. It's a terrible movie. I can't bear it. The Tax Collector 4K comes out this week, and there is a Steelbook for that. Eli Roth's History of Horror Season 1 comes out this week. Tales from the Hood Season 3. I mean, not Season 3, but Part 3 comes out this week. And then the last movie being Snow White, Tales of Terror, which is Sigourney Weaver. It's kind of a dark take on Snow White. So that's it for this week. Next week is the week that's going to break me. But it is what it is. The big release coming out next week is Shout Factory's Friday the 13th. The complete collection comes out next week. Now, those people that ordered this movie through Shout Factory, I ordered mine through Amazon. But those of you through Shout Factory, you're probably already getting it in the mail. They shipped it out early. It looks really cool. I'm really excited about it. Also, next week we have Requiem for a Dream 4K coming out. Arrow Video is releasing Mallrats, so that'll probably come out along with The Last Starfighter, which is another really, really good science fiction movie. And that's coming out in a special edition, which is going to be really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. We have District 9 coming out in 4K, and there'll be a special edition Steelbook for that. Deep Star 6, an old movie from the 80s. It's a underwater monster movie, which I absolutely love. It has Greg Evigan in it from My Two Dads way back in the day. Motel Hell's will be released in Steelbook form from Shout Factory next week. And then we have Batman Death in the Family coming out, animated movie coming out next week. I don't know about a Steelbook for that one. I didn't see any listing for a Steelbook, so I'm not sure on that one yet.
Dad just downloaded a couple cartoon Batman movies. Like
Did he?
The Killing Joke, the Arkham Breakout, and the Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch those soon.
And then Kino Lorber's releasing next week SOS Titanic, which is actually a really good movie. So that's it for this week and next week. Now let's talk about what's coming out, what was announced. There wasn't a whole lot announced this week. I was kind of surprised. But we did get announced Antebellum, the movie that just was released to video on demand, has been announced for November 3rd. It's also coming out in 4K. The Crown Season 3 comes out November 3rd. Better Call Saul, I want to say it's Season 5 comes out 11/3. I think also my chicken scratch can't quite read it. And then the last thing, and the thing I'm most excited about, is Blade. The original Wesley Snipes movie is coming out in 4K for the first time. There is a special edition Steelbook by Best Buy that looks awesome.
Wait, has Star Trek come on 4K yet?
No. Well, I take that back. Yes, it did. The Chris Pine 3 movies did, but the Shatner and the Patrick Stewart movies, no, they haven't come out. I heard rumors that they've worked on. I did hear that Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan has been completed in 4K, and I heard that they've done a 4K rendition of the first movie, also the motion picture, but we haven't heard anything yet, so I don't know.
Is it gonna be a big day for you?
Yeah, it will be a big day. It will be a big day. I'll be buying Steelbooks, whatever I can get my hands on. So, and Blade will be coming out the 1st of December. So, actually not that far away. But that is it. There's not much else coming out. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. It's all obviously catalog for the most part. Some really neat things coming out that I'm really excited about. I can tell you that I'm excited about Mallrats and The Last Starfighter for sure. Deep Star 6 as well. The Batman, the Family, definitely looking forward to. The Friday the 13th collection. Yeah, pretty much everything on this list. For this week. And then for next week, this week I heard 300 looks really good in 4K, so I really do want to get that. I don't need to get the Steelbook in that one though, because I've got like 3 collector's editions of that movie. So and Picard Season 1 I ordered, obviously got the Steelbook for that. I got to get that. And then I did order Battlefield Earth about 3 months ago, because originally supposed to come out a couple weeks ago when some other movies had come out, but they delayed it. So that's I'm excited about that. It's so bad it's good.
Wait, did you get that one shark movie, Revenge of the Jaws or something?
Revenge of the Jaws. Oh, I mean Jaws 5?
Yeah.
Was it Jaws 5? Cruel Jaws.
Yeah, Cruel
Yeah,
Jaws.
I did. I got that last Tuesday, and I did watch it. I watched it over the weekend.
Was it pretty good?
It was so bad. It was good. It was bad. They literally used. Let me get this straight. They literally used scenes from Jaws 3 in the movie. I'm like, wait a minute, that was in Jaws 3. They just made the scene darker. Like, but I was like, that's out of, like when the shark gets his like part of his mouth caught in that door when they're trying to close the door in Jaws 3. They put that in this movie. I'm like, hey, that's from Jaws 3. And a couple of the park scenes were in that movie. And a couple other underwater scenes were from like Jaws, the first Jaws. It was kind of funny. I was laughing. It was cheesy. They stole every plot line from all 4 Jaws movies. You literally had a father that moved with kids. That the movie started out within the first 10 minutes of the movie. You had a girl go out there to go swimming, and she didn't get caught. She didn't get eaten, but her boyfriend did get eaten by a shark. So they're very similar to Jaws. There were scenes they pulled out of Jaws 3 and redid, and there's scenes out of Jaws 2, like the helicopter scene. They basically just took all 4 Jaws movies and took a bunch of key scenes and filmed them again for this movie. It was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. It was cheese beyond cheese. Matter of fact, 2 different times during the movie, the Star Wars theme plays. I am not kidding you. There's a scene, it's about an hour into the movie, it's all dun 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 dun, and you're like, hey, that's the Star Wars theme. And then towards the end of the movie, like 10 minutes before the end of the movie, it plays again. And then in the credits, it plays. And I'm like, this is the Star Wars theme. And they literally ripped off John Williams' theme. Not the whole theme, just like the first, 20 seconds of it. But they ripped it off. It was so hilarious. But it's an Italian movie. They can get away with that because the copyright law, our copyright laws don't pertain to them in Italy. So it was just so funny to watch, which essentially was like a rehash of every Jaws movie put into one. But I did really like, actually, some of the underwater footage, because they did film a few things underwater, were actually pretty well done. I mean, the production value in the movie is actually pretty well. I mean, even the shark, a couple times you actually see the shark, it comes popping out of the water and actually looked pretty decent. I mean, it still looked fake, but it was massive, but it still looked pretty cool. It was still fun. So I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely give it a thumbs up. I mean, I would give my Red Vine scale on the movie, I would give it probably a 3 out of 10 if you're being serious. For cheese factor, a 9 out of 10. So I mean, I was laughing the whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh, the train wreck. The acting is so bad in this movie. They got 2 dolphins like they did in Jaws 3, but those dolphins didn't do anything this time. Unlike in Jaws 3.
Oh my god.
They didn't do anything. They were just swimming around. You had so many elements from the other Jaws movies. They ripped plot points out. The kids going out from Jaws 2, the kids going out on those boats. Yeah, that happened in this movie. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh. It was hilarious. Watching this shark try to break through this barrier it looked so fake trying to push through this. At one point they're gonna have this big regatta, so they put all these like fishing nets out there to kind of block the shark from coming into this cove. And there was like this metal fencing thing they put underwater, and the shark just kept popping. But you could totally tell it was like a mechanical like torpedo, because it didn't look like a shark, like a torpedo kept popping onto it, and then it finally broke through. It's all so it was pretty cheesy, but I did really enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed it. I would definitely check it out, and I'll let you borrow it some place you can watch it. It's pretty funny. So. But that is it for this update. We want to thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, the bell. Leave me some feedback here. Let me know what you're picking up this week. If you're interested in anything you're picking up this week, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. Please take care and be safe out there. Always keep hunting, because you never know what you're going to find. I know I found a couple more at the Dollar Tree today. And with that being said, live long and prosper.